Sex and the City. Number 29, whatever. So, in adolescence, as mentioned in a note, some 5, 6, who knows back, um, I was probably too shy, too much in need of uh, self-esteem, had low self-esteem, didn't have many qualities, skills, who knows that, I mean, we can also say that, not much to appeal, but fact is, with girls, it wasn't moving fast or slow. And there were not even kisses, but very few. So, I need to compensate, I need to pay back, I need to, this unchained desire, this explosion of freedom once I could score. I could have relations, I realized, and I could have relations with women. This was transformed into sometimes the opposite, fornicating, going into the extreme, thinking and finding all kinds of ways to convince various, multiple, as many as possible partners to indulge and engage in sex with a despicable me, as in that cartoon. I mean, I don't know what happens in that. I know the name is famous, and Despicable Me sounds funny. I don't know what he does. I'm pretty sure it's not a question of sex, since we're dealing with material for children, basically. So I came up with a ploy, with a ruse, with a cunning plan, as Baldry keeps saying in Blackadder, the series with Rowan Atkinson. And it was something like this, meeting a possible partner. Can we talk? Yes, we can talk. Where do you live? Name? What do you do? I'm a student in geology. I was already a student when, as mentioned, late, 1920, can't even remember, but late, so late, I started having sex with others than myself. So, well, let me tell you, there's a test to see if we like each other. And there's this test which has been designed by wise people. In fact, it was designed by me, with perhaps some elements from here and there. We're on a island. I can't even remember the exact premises I was giving, and then they weren't really relevant. The point comes at the end. It's the punchline that matters. So we're on an island or something abandoned, or a plane crash, a cruise boat is sank. No matter. On this island, we're alone. We spend some time, and there's no help coming. Robinson Crusoe and Friday, his man Friday. So whatever happens and whatever I probably change from one to the other a little bit. The end result was that at a certain point in this being together, you fall asleep or something, or it's a night out and dinner, a meal, or whatever. We killed a rabbit. We're eating bananas. So I'm kissing you. It's the point. And I'm kissing the leg, arm, and then I'm kissing you, and I don't know how I said that. I mean, even now, it's in a way a marvel that I overcome my shyness. Well, it's also true that the confession probably creates some reluctance, but anyway, there it is, confession. Confessions of a dangerous mind. I didn't say I'm kissing your vagina or whatever, but that was the point, I'm kissing you. And I think that's how I was saying it, in fact, I was suggesting it. What do you say? That's the test. Uh, Statistics are not available and they won't be accurate. I don't know. 9 out of 10, maybe, would be repelled. What's that? Wrong. Okay, so that's the end. And indeed, the test worked. It proved a definite fracture between. She's going this way, and she would have nothing to do with the man who thinks about this. But then, in the 1 in 10 cases, it worked wonders. Because indeed, as I was saying further, well, it's in a situation at this limit, you realize if you want to go further, if you like this guy, if, when you imagine in this situation and you feel like it's enticing, it's interesting, then you should go for it. Then that means I don't think I was anticipating Blink, Power of Thinking Without Thinking, a classic by the dazzling Malcolm Gladwell, which basically the book says that with the theory of thin slicing, you know in under a minute you form an opinion and you have a reaction. And let me not go into that with the Harding effect, with the way we elect presidents who are tall and look presidential. Trump, God forbid. And that's how they select CEOs. The CEOs in 500 Fortune companies are much taller than the average. And the percentage of very, very tall there is way above their percentage in the population. Let's not go there, but prove some points. So they would say, oh, yes, what would you say in the test? Okay. So this percentage of 1 in 10 would say it's okay, would really go on to explore and do it. Because I would, for the next step, would say, okay, if you say okay, that's the test proves that we're compatible, kind of a Tinder before the technology of app dating or whatever, which worked in its own way, because it's true then it had the added, I have no idea about the world of today and young people, they might be outraged. Then, as I said, an important proportion was against it, refused it. True. But then, for those few who liked it, few but many enough to have it going, and perhaps in future confessions, dirty confessions like this one, go into a few cases, to be attracted, I would say, also by the fact that that was a macho society. That was not, even now it's difficult to speak, even if it's with the knowledge that few, if any, people, anybody looks at this. And then why not? What the hell, what did I do in the end? What in fact was good was the fact that in a macho society with male chauvinist pigs, I was offering an homage to the woman. And in fact, it seems like very few would do that then, and even fewer, if any, admitted it. That's how do you do that? I mean, they all boasted and bragged about the way the girls do it to them, not them. And it's out of the question, especially for any any partner who would be worth looking at, or worth contemplating a relationship with. That was not something they would need to do. The women would come to them like that. That was the feeling from what it was talked of. So, salut de pesetas.